the one all. There is but one God, one life, one being, one I am. There is but one body, one world, one experience. The one is the real, the perfect, and the eternal. There cannot be I reality and I unreality, I perfection and I imperfection, I life immortal and I life material. Truly, the I reality, I perfection, I all is the only I that I am. Reader, ask yourself, do I consider myself this I or not? From morning till night, one says, I. With what I is he identifying? With I wholeness, harmony, or I sickness and limitation? With I creator, or I creation? With I divine consciousness, or I mentality? Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not identify thyself falsely or with the entity man. Thou shalt not believe that thou art other than I, the one and only selfhood. Since there is but one I, one life or being, then for you to be at all, you must be this and none else. Thou shalt not assume thou art another besides me. Thou shalt not seek for me, for I am your very reality and only self. Nor shalt thou attempt to become like me, for I am the only. Thou canst not be another. He who fails to understand his real selfhood falsely creates to himself another being, another mind, another body called man. Then, here in this darkened place, he attempts to heal his body of flesh and redeem his mind of wrong thinking. Continually he labors to bring about in his world the lasting peace, love and harmony which belong to him only in his true state and real being. Never can anyone by taking thought put on the qualities and virtues which I am. Who is sick? Who is poor? Who is at war? Not I, the true and perfect selfhood. Therefore, all imperfections, frailties, and incompleteness pertain to man who is not. As another besides me, it is absolutely impossible to have pure and true thoughts, to be perfect or complete. See thou this? Ever I call, put away all false identification and take my name upon you, for truly I am your only reality. Look to me as to yourself, and look to yourself as to me. Inevitably then you will lose the false consciousness of us as two, and will find your true identity to be me, even as the divine self who says, "He that hath seen me hath seen the Father." The Father is the one and only selfhood of all. Thus, I and the perfect selfhood, Father, are one. Stop thinking and believing that you are anyone but me, for I am the only real of you. All else that you see is not true and appears only because you are not thinking and seeing as I, but as another. Renunciation of the false assumptive self is your only true surrender. My name, my power, my glory, my perfection, my selfhood, shall I not give to another called follower, student, image, reflection, man. Therefore, be I and none else. Outside of me, you cannot be. The world of time and sense shall vanish. There shall be none but me, the one reality, the one entire. Self-revelation is one's highest goal. When he discovers that the perfect self is the only real, then his search for the truth of being comes to an end. After this, it is not a matter of search, but of expansion. The self is our way. The self is our kingdom of expansion. Self-revelation is our greatest and most precious joy. It can be constant, too, since it is natural and innate. The one obstacle in anyone's way is false identification. Believing one has a separate mind, for instance, leads to another false assumption that this mind needs to be redeemed, corrected, spiritualized, or improved. To this end, one labors with thoughts and ideas continually, ever battling with depression, heartache, and disappointment, since all the thoughts he aims to acquire never prove adequate or enough. Knowing nothing greater than right thoughts to be desired, however, one persists in affirmations and declarations about the truth. Happy indeed could the moment be if he would but accept defeat, insufficiency, failure, for then in this place of total negation, man's extremity, self-revelation would take place and he would report the experience of a miracle. But alas, few come into this necessary place of surrender and denial. Most often, apparent defeat or failure but spurs one on to use even more powerful statements, and he endeavors even more determinedly to succeed in the surmounting or overcoming of the hard places in his experience. All effort is bondage. The basic error is the erroneous teaching that one is idea, expression, man, instead of operating in the Christ consciousness, which gives no such instruction whatsoever. One's full power and supremacy lie within his own selfhood, eternally established, intact and at hand. Thus, inevitably, the mind, body, and entity called man are to be lost sight of altogether, for they are altogether untrue and unreal. In self-revelation, they are non-existent. He shall fly away as a dream, and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night. Thou carest not, thou carest for no man. Every man walketh in a vain show. When the ignorance whereby the false identification is made disappears, only the self is.